As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years to have told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Mark Reynolds is suing Jacob Lawson in the amount of $2,500. Mr. Reynolds claims he loaned money to his friend when he fell on hard times and says Mr. Lawson kept promising to repay him but hasn't given him a dime.
Mr. Reynolds, you're suing Mr. Lawson for $2,500. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
How did we meet each other?
We basically went through a lot of hard times together, went through the pandemic together. We kind of hung
How
out
did
together.
you meet, though?
We met because our children are the same, our daughters are the same age.
And they were
went to the same school, our daughters
Okay.
were friends, and we pretty much,
And you had wives that were friends?
our families got along, yes.
They
Oh,
did.
what?
Our families got along
Your
together.
families got along.
Yes, they
okay,
did, Your
and
Honor.
that's been ongoing for 10 years?
Yes.
No, I got a divorce about a year ago, and
Okay.
you know, to his credit, he was there for me during that time.
To help you
Yeah,
through
he-
it emotionally. How long
emotionally-
had you been married?
For about 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you got divorced last year. Did things start to change?
No, not at that time. Like I said, he was like a brother. You know, he really did help me through a really rough time.
Right.
But then he had come to me in January and said that him and his wife were also having problems.
How long have you been married?
I was married for 8 years, so longer than him.
Right.
And
So
yeah,
you and your wife went through a divorce?
Yes, things definitely changed for me. I didn't realize that as we were helping Mark go through all of his pain and making him almost a part of our family,
Right.
that I would be going through the same thing sometime after that. And
Wow.
it happened, so yeah.
Right. That's sad.
Yeah, tough times.
So why are we here today?
Well, you know, at first when he came to me, he had told me that he might not have to get the divorce if I was to loan him $2,500.
What was $2,500 going to do to stop a divorce?
Well, I never actually said that that would save me from divorce.
What did you tell
I was
him?
going through a horrible time financially.
Okay.
And a lot of it had to do with my wife, which is
Right.
part
Well,
of
a
the reason for
lot
our
of
divorce.
marriages end because of financial issues.
Voila, and that's what happened to
Okay.
us.
Right.
And,
So you needed to borrow some money to pay some debts.
it was basic things. It was just keeping the electricity on
Right.
and taking care of my daughter. And I reached out to a lot of family, friends, everyone.
And nobody
including-
would help you but Mark Reynolds.
That's not true necessarily. I got help from people. People
Okay.
were very kind.
Right.
But he's the only person who actually served me with a lawsuit or whatever you call this stuff.
Oh, okay. So what was the understanding about how he was going to repay you?
Well, originally he told me as soon as he got his tax check
When
back,
I get my tax check back.
he said he'll pay me
Oh,
in
so
full.
January you give him the money. You
Yeah.
think in February or March then?
Exactly. So not that much time, I thought. But months went by
Right.
and he didn't pay me. And every time I brought it up, he's like, oh, I got to talk to my ex-wife or my wife at the time, depending on when
Right,
it was.
right.
And then, you know, it was just excuses of like, oh, more bills came up, more this.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you know, if you don't pay me the full amount, you pay
Right.
me a little bit at a time. He's like, oh, well, let me talk about it. And it was always dodge after
see.
dodge.
Right.
And I felt like he was never going to pay me back.
Did you tell
I don't
him
see
you were
it that
going to
way.
pay him when you got your check, your refund check?
I told him that was the plan, that I was going to do my best to do that. But
Okay.
I didn't foresee that things would just continue to kind
Right.
of unravel in my family. That was, you know,
Well-
pre-divorce. So.
Right. So he went through a divorce during this time after you gave him the money?
Yes,
Well,
that's
that costs money too.
Yeah, and that's, you know, for a while you can forgive some and
Right.
understand, but it's like hearing the same excuse over and over
Okay,
again.
but this it hasn't even been 10 months. You gave
No.
him
Oh, but-
gave him money in January. When did the divorce start?
A couple months or a month prior to that.
So when did your divorce end? Or are you still in a divorce?
It just finalized.
Okay, so I'm saying this was a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
There was. And
I would think that you would have offered him a little bit of grace
Well,
with
and
everything that was going on.
Of
'Cause,
course.
Did you have
And
a
Your Honor,
lawyer?
if I
Did you have a
must-
lawyer in your divorce?
I did not have a
You
lawyer,
didn't
ma'am.
even,
No,
couldn't
I
even afford
tried
one.
to do it myself. But I didn't want to mention this either, but during that time, my wife also became ill with something that was pretty heavy duty at the moment. So this was just another compounding issue. And,
Right.
you know, I was
everything.
juggling stuff. Yeah.
Right.
And the thing that surprised me the most was, I mean, I was basing things on what I thought was a really strong friendship. You know, I'm the kind of person where I'm going to bring up the fact that, hey, man, don't think I've forgotten about the money. This is something that I would bring up in the conversations.
Always.
And to me,
I didn't forget the money. I got your money.
Every time we spoke. And to me, it was all the
Is that true? Every time he talked to you, he mentioned the money?
He would, but if you hear the same thing over and over again, it
Yeah,
starts
but
to
I
carry
tell
less
you, you can
meaning.
loan people some money and they never mention that money to you again. As a matter of fact, they get mad with you when you ask them, when are you going to give me my money? All of a sudden, you're the enemy.
I feel that.
It was always on my mind.
Okay, so what was the last straw for you with this money?
So the last straw was I got a text from him, which I have evidence of. If you
Okay,
need
what
to
did
see.
he say?
Basically, he asked if I would come to the mountains with him and his daughter, and he got a cabin. So,
He got a cabin in the mountains.
Yeah, and I was
Wait,
like,
wait. What are we doing with a cabin in the mountains?
This was a gift from my family for me to get away for a minute with my daughter and take a much-needed break. And I had the ability to bring someone along with me, and so I invited him and his daughter.
Well, did he tell you that my family has given me this?
No, he never told me that until today.
This is the first time you're hearing
First
that?
time.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
How long were y'all in the mountains?
Just a weekend.
Did it help at all?
From my view.
It was
Yeah,
nice.
no, it was nice. I mean, anytime your kids are having fun,
Well, were you having fun?
it's hard to have fun. That's part of the reason why we're here.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Mark Reynolds, who is suing Jacob Lawson for breach of contract.
Why didn't you tell him that this was a gift from your family?
To my knowledge, I might have. I don't really remember that being
It just
an
seemed to
issue.
me if I owe somebody money and every time I see him, I tell him I haven't forgotten your money, I don't just call and say, hey, I got a cabin in the mountains.
I don't think I went into detail about it, but I
Right.
probably should have.
Right,
Correct.
yeah, maybe we wouldn't have been here, actually.
But I did bring the money up on the trip, too. So.
You haven't forgotten about your money. So you did go on a trip.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to hold like my daughter from a fun trip with her friend because I have a disagreement with him.
Right, well, how long were y'all in the mountains?
Just a weekend.
Okay, was it nice?
It was great.
Right, did it help at all?
From my view.
He said so too. It was nice.
No, it was nice. It was nice. I mean, anytime your kids are having fun, you're
Well, were
enjoying
you
it.
having fun?
It's hard to have fun. That's part of the reason why we're here is him. It's hard to enjoy any time with him because every time he does bring up the money, and I'm like, great, let's talk about the money.
Right.
Let's come up with a payment plan. Let's come up with any way to get past this because it's like this thing hanging over our heads.
Right.
I don't remember that.
It just seems like he always just wants excuses and never.
What
any
are
plan.
his excuses as to why he can't pay the money?
That more bills came up, or he just can't do it right now,
Right.
or he already spent the money on something else,
Right.
or he's got a new pair of shoes.
Right. How do you know he has on a new pair of shoes?
I've known the guy for 10 years.
So you were not that happy on this trip. You still thinking he's not coming up with my money.
Yeah, and he did try to bring it up on the trip, and I kind of skirted the issue just because.
You're sick of hearing it.
Well, not just that, but I didn't want to bring it up in front of the kids. If it turned into an argument, I didn't want to do any of that.
Is it hurting you financially not having this money?
Not financially, but like to constantly have the same conversation and feel like your best friend is lying to you over and over again. That
Best
hurts.
friend.
Yeah.
This is your best friend. You just said it out loud.
I mean, for 10 years, yeah.
Well, maybe the thing is to push down the date of when he could pay you back. He went through losing money in the business, the wife, the filing for divorce, having to go. Divorce costs money.
Yeah.
The issue with the wife's illness, we didn't talk about what that was. It seemed like there's a whole lot of stuff going on. If it was my friend, I would say, you know what? I'm going to take one thing off your plate if I can. And that's this $2,500. Because I can. The question is, could you?
I mean, in this economy, not right now.
So you need the money.
Yes,
You need the money.
I need the money.
See, now that's a different thing. He needs the money.
I mean, I feel like his business is still doing okay.
Right.
So, like, if it's $500 a month,
Can you afford that? That seems like a lot.
At this point, it's just.
What could you afford? You got to survive. You got to find the money.
It's tough right now, and it's tight. I mean, I wanted to also bring up, and I don't know if this is.
You what?
This isn't something that I feel great about, but you know, when Mark was going through his struggles, you know, my family at the time, which was still intact.
Your wife and you.
My wife and I and my daughter.
Right.
We invited him over. He became a part of our community, part of our home.
Right.
And we spent a lot of dough. Things were a little better in my business at the time.
Right.
We spent a lot of dough, you know, taking care of him, taking him out, taking him for rounds of golf, things like that. That's not cheap. And I do have, because it's turned into a court thing, I brought.
Oh, see, this is just getting ugly. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go to what we did when times were good. No, we're not going there. What I used to do.
Great.
Well, that was so old, a year or two ago.
So you don't want to see any pictures?
No,
of
I don't want to see it. We're trying to get the resolution here. We're not trying to move backwards. We're trying to move forward. He called you his best friend. If you didn't hear anything else, you should have heard that.
Yeah, I did.
That he considers you his best friend. And men don't tend to have best friends.
Well, that's why it's a little shocking to me, to be honest with you. I feel like it's two different people.
Yeah, but he also needs the money.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
I mean, you needed somebody to see their way to you when you needed the money. He's basically saying, I need my money because I need money. And so you have got to figure out, well, let's talk about it.
I'm not sure if I...
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
How much are you bringing in on this business? When you sat down there and talked about all this stuff, all the money we spent on him, you should know how much you bringing on your business. How much you bringing on your business?
It's probably about 45 right now.
45,000?
Yes.
A month?
Ma'am. A year.
You bringing in $45,000 a year on your business?
Right now.
In California, Los Angeles, or no?
No, ma'am.
You're in Arizona, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Scottsdale, but still
Yes, ma'am.
$45,000 a year.
It's nothing. It's nothing. So,
That's poverty level.
I mean, it's entrepreneurship,
Yeah, that means, guess what, Jacob? You need a job. No, Jacob. Jacob, you need a job.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do? What's your skill set?
I own a marketing firm.
Okay, so what's your skill set? You're a marketer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you need to find a job as a marketer.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to do outside of the business. That's one of the advantages, I guess, to being a business owner is that you can do things.
Right, and you haven't found a job, something part-time, something online?
I'm doing little things, little things.
Right, but he's living in under the poverty line.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Coming up.
The way that we communicated was like two friends, and this caught me out of left field.
I would have had a different reaction completely if he was my best friend.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Mark Reynolds, who is suing Jacob Lawson for breach of contract.
Did he ever tell you how much money he made?
No, why would I ask him that? That's
right.
like
Did
such a weird
you tell
question.
him that?
My exact salary, no, but I talked about the struggles of what
Yeah,
we were
but I
going
don't
through.
understand how you were talking about all that money y'all was spending on him last year, and all you got is $45,000 a year. Do you own your home?
No, ma'am. We're renting.
You're renting. How much you paying in rent?
$1,800.
And you have just you, and or who has custody of your child?
We're sharing right now. And
Right, but her primary custodian is her mother. And what about your vehicle? What do you got?
it's a 2010 Nissan Rogue.
Yeah, you don't owe any money on that.
No, ma'am.
I don't see where this money's coming from.
He had money before.
Well, he ain't got it now.
I hear that.
mean, he got $45,000 a year. I can find in your favor, but then how are you gonna collect?
That's fair. That's fair.
To me, Your Honor, if I may just say real quick, it's a lot about communication for me. Like,
Right.
The fact
No, it's not me keep telling you over and over again, I'm gonna pay you, 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 I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you, I'm gonna pay you.
That's not what I meant.
I promise you I'm gonna pay you.
That's not what I meant. What I meant was the way that we communicated was like two friends. And this kind of just caught me out of left field.
Right.
It seems like a different human to me, so
But-
that's just difficult.
If he had come to me, communication, like he said, and said, hey, I'm having a rough year financially, and I can't afford to pay you, but it was, I can pay you, I will pay you.
Come on.
So if he wants to talk about communication, it would have been a different communication. Like,
Right.
I would have had a different reaction completely, of course, because like I said, he was my best friend.
Right.
But if you're going to come to me and say, I'll pay you, I'll pay you, I'll pay you, I'll pay you.
Coming up.
Heartbroken about the relationship.
Well, we might be able to work the relationship out now because you can stop saying, I'm gonna pay you, I'm gonna pay you, I'm gonna pay you.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Mark Reynolds, who is suing Jacob Lawson for breach of contract.
Maybe he was just hoping that things were gonna get better.
Yeah, but
You know, you keep thinking that maybe tomorrow it'll get better. You know, that's what they call faith.
Yeah.
And you never know when, you know, your luck is gonna turn around. I don't think he was trying to deceive you. But where do we go from here? Because I agree, the evidence shows he owes you money. That's not a question. I can rule in your favor, the $2,500. But how do you collect this? You'll still be in the same situation.
That's
you
true.
just have a piece of paper that says he owes you $2,500. He doesn't have anything for you to get a judgment against, to take this judgment and say, yeah, I don't think he would want to do that. Get a lien on his house or property or whatever. He doesn't have it. All you have is a piece of paper, which not bringing you any closer to getting paid.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like this. I mean, you squeeze it. What? You don't have any jewelry? Nothing? No, nothing. Not even for Rolex, not in a Timex. But I think, I don't know how you can figure it out. I can't tell you how you can work this out. But I can order him to pay X amount of dollars. And that could start with $10 a week. How about that?
I feel like he.
Until he makes some more money.
Well, that's the other thing, is if he gets a big client tomorrow, he can pay me
Then he can pay you. But what I'm saying is we could have an agreement that he's going to pay you $10 a week, $40 a month, until he can get on his feet.
I think that's fair.
He's willing to accept that. Can you pay that?
I'd be happy to pay that, and just want to say heartbroken about the relationship.
Well, we might be able to work the relationship out now, because now you can get together and you can stop saying, I'm going to pay you, I'm going to pay you, I'm going to pay you. Okay?
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
You start paying him, and then if things should change, and you, like you said, you get a big client in or whatever, and maybe hopefully somewhere in here, because you're in a rough situation right now. You can't afford to lose friends. So maybe somewhere in here, y'all can find a way to talk about it. Okay?
I feel like I lost a lot, a marriage and a little bit of business.
Are we totally lost? Mark
lose
Reynolds, are we totally lost?
I don't think so. I think if the money's coming, our daughters are great friends.
Right.
We were great friends. I think we can get back there.
I think you can too. So we need that $40. You got $40 on you now?
No, ma'am.
You're not helping.
I'll pull it together.
You're going to pull together $40.
Yes, ma'am. We'll make it work.
No, I'm going to give him 30 days to start paying you $40 a month.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, 30 days from today,
Thank you,
you're going to
Your
start
Honor.
paying him $40 a month.
Yes, ma'am.
And I do I hope that you can reconcile and make up. All right, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. Defendant is to start making payments of $40 a month. All right? Okay,
Your
good
Honor.
luck to you.
Thank you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $2,500.
I feel like we could have worked a lot of this out outside of the courtroom.
I'm glad that he's going to start paying so we can stop having that conversation over and over again. And hopefully, over time, we can get back to where we were.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.